Okay, if you are selected in service, what will be the use of that sketching you will be having in a bureaucratic life? Not for you, but for others.
There is a phenomena of feminization of agriculture. Can you please explain what this feminization of agriculture is and what are the pros and cons associated with it?
The hobby side you have given bird watching, and sketching you stick to bird watching. So you should specify exactly. Yes, Madhav Upadhyay. Comfortable? We can do without mask also, if you feel. Want a glass of water? Tell us something about your name, Madhav.
Sir, my name is synonym of Lord Krishna, and the word Madhav is a combination of two parts, Ma and Dhava. Ma means Rukmaniji, who is an incarnation of Goddess Lakshmi, and Dhava means Pati or husband. So overall it means the husband of Rukmaniji, who is Lord Krishna.
Okay. What about Upadhyay?
Sir, Upadhyay means one who studies the Upanishads or the Vedas. Accordingly,
You are sure about that?
so somewhat it is that I learned.
This is your second attempt, Madhav. What was your performance during first attempt?
So I did not clear prelims.
So, what difference do you find between first attempt and second attempt?
So like I was a bit lucky in the second attempt. I was very close in the first attempt, around 4 or 3 questions. And I consider that I will be required amount of learning to succeed in the prelims. So that's not very much different what I did, but I was expecting.
What is your expectation this time?
Sir, I think that my means are good. So if I did well in it, I will be okay.
And your this choice of subject, you are BTech electrical engineering, है and your optional is geology. Any specific reason for that? Switch over of your from your original subject to geology.
Sir, earlier I was not aware that geology was a subject. But during my third year of engineering, I did a project in the exploration of hydrocarbons. So from that, there I interacted with a few geologists, and I found the subject interesting, and I decided to pursue in civil service.
Okay, Madhav, good. So, bird watching and sketching, you have hobby and interest. So, how do you pursue this, and for how long you are doing this? Since last how many years?
Sir, with regard to bird watching, my grandfather was in National Forest Services. As I was born in Rajasthan, so Kevala National Park is a famous bird sanctuary, and is also a UNESCO World Heritage Site. So from a very young age, I was a regular visitor to the park and developed interest in birds. And sketching is a very offshoot of bird watching. I mainly make sketches of birds, so it is derived from that.
Okay, and the one who is studying about the birds is called as. Okay, so is it a very important work or profession from some angle, especially connected to geology?
So in paleontology, we find fossils of various birds as Archaeopteryx, the dinosaur which used to fly during the Jurassic Age. So we can relate that bird watching.
Okay, so what are the learnings that you got out of this bird watching?
So there are many learnings. Like you have to be a good observer. You have to be patient. You have to enjoy the diversity in nature, adaptability that the birds have, courage, and the various colors and the beautiful diversity of the nature and the mindfulness. So,
That's good. And when there is a great or big change in weather and climate, usual or unusual, the birds are also having different moves and sometimes migrating from one place to another. So what are the correlation between these two, three things, like you can tell that the migration of the birds and the behavior of the birds which gets changed because of the change in weather and climate?
So there are a few relations like due to the change in the temperature conditions, the birds determine at which time they have to migrate. If there is a climate change, then the migratory patterns are affected. Particularly, many birds come from the Eurasian region, so as the temperature is rising, so the pattern is affected. And second is due to climate change, the water availability is less. Particularly in the past, I have seen that birds have to earlier used to feed on a variety of biodiversity which was available throughout the year, but now they have restricted themselves and come closer to feeding. So the population in the habitat is also.
Okay. In ancient time, special birds were also used as messengers. Is it true, or is it just a it is just a portray?
So like what I've heard of pigeons were used earlier besides messages and like raptor birds are also used in
So how do they recognize, these birds recognize their path, and how do they know that it has been told to them that they have to reach there and just give it to a particular person, the message?
So like the birds were trained to be the special messenger carriers. And apart from that, the migratory birds use the magnetic field of Earth to determine their path and the directions from the village stars, sun, and moon, try to find out the direction.
Can we use these birds in the border areas for reconnaissance purpose? And I think in recent time there was a study too that if we are putting some tag in their body, it will be good for us to have the survey, what is called as reconnaissance, and keeping a watch on the borders. Has it been done in recent years?
So earlier there were several birds which were trained to give messages. Now unmanned aerial vehicles maybe are used in the form of they use the technique of how an eagle flies or a bird flies. So they try to adapt that into artificial intelligence and they use it as per my goal.
Okay, so sometimes birds' body is also, producing some kind of current or waves which guide their path. What are those birds which produces some of the waves which guide their path?
So like from what I have learned is that with the help of the magnetic field, they are able to their eyes have special photoreceptors and they are delineating them in the special magnetic directions and they are following that.
For example, owl. What is the main thing that is helping owl to fly in dark night too? Can these birds see through the dark, or there is some other thing which is produced in their body helps them?
So in owls, mainly in a human eye, we have rods and cones which are sensitive to light and colors. So the number of rods are found more in the owl species owl. Their eyes have more photoreceptors which are help them to fly easily from the right. So their body structure is such that they are able to.
But the waves are also produced, and if the obstruction is there, and on the basis of it, the radar technology has been formed.
The solar waves like bats are using it. Owls are not pretty sure for that.
Okay, so coming to the airfield and flight safety, and the birds fly, and there are many crashes in past. What are the technology that we use that birds are away from the airfield and runways?
So not really
And if bird is hitting the flight, what will happen?
so like there can be several disruptions in the flight if they enter the engine or the exhaust. So some technical issues are there, but I'm not exactly.
Okay. Now sketching is also you are very interested in. So you can sketch.
So I can sketch many birds. Birds.
Bird sketching.
I mean, who makes sketches of birds.
So what is the use of that sketching? After sketching, what do you do of that sketch?
So I keep it. There's nothing like commercially or professionally that I do only for play.
Okay. If there is some objection that you have made a word and you have also put India in it and there are some objection in it, then what are the regulations applied on that sketch commercially if it is available, and if you are to be pinpointedly pointed out for that sketch, so which rule will be working?
Sir, if I were to publish a sketch, then the press act that deals with the issues regarding it, as there is a freedom of expression, but as per the sovereignty and the integrity of nation, you cannot do anything to affect that. So there may be regulations.
So sketch and cartoons which are published in national dailies is one and the same thing, under which means from rule point of view that they come in.
Sir, the cartoons, they are published in newspapers, they are under press act, and of sketches, then I'm not sure.
Okay. Anyway, in India, which is that highest award which is given to the sketchers for the best sketch?
Sir,
And globally, any role model you have who can be the motivation for you for more sketching work?
Sir, my father used to draw some sketches, so from him I learned.
Okay, sketching auctioning is also there sometimes, and there are sketches which have created record for the price that they have fetched. Are you aware of that? Okay, if you are selected in service, what will be the use of that sketching you will be having in a bureaucratic life? Not for you, but for others.
Sir, from sketching, you can learn a few traits as good observation skills that you can learn. Sir, apart from it, you have to be patient to make a sketch, and hand-eye coordination should be there. These are the things that can be pursued and used in any field apart from sketching.
Okay, good. So the bird sketch is also there. Sometimes, the brand mark, or you can say that is company's main image in clothing, also sometimes in other products. Can you just name 2 or 3 products?
So, Kingfisher is a product used in self-confidence and clearness is also used. So, apart from that,
Really?
sir, not I've seen, but I'm not able to recognize that it is a very well-known brand.
You are from Rajasthan. Which is that bird which is a state bird in Rajasthan?
So, Great Indian Western.
Why? Who had chosen it?
Sir, maybe the state government has chosen and made regulations because it is a bird which prefers the desert and the stuff, grasslands which are abundant in Rajasthan. And it is a very big bird found in the western part in the Mara region. So that's why it's state.
Okay. Now coming to the white coat oath issue that was there in one of the southern Indian state. If we are switching over to one of the ancient personality who contributed, you can say father, I'm Charak, Charak sir I'm talking about. What is the problem that if we are conducting the oath in his name, what is the problem? Can we do it? Can there be some implications?
Sir, are you referring to the doctor's oath?
Yes,
Okay.
it is called as white coat oath.
So like Charak was a famous teacher and a doctor. So I don't know the exact definitions, but if we are referring to him in any way, then I don't think that it is a problem.
Then what? How it became the controversy?
So I'm not exactly aware of the issues, so I'm not able to comment on that.
Okay, instead of charak, then what else they are using? Like which oath format the doctors are using while switching over to the medical profession?
Sir,
Hippocrates oath. Okay, it is a uniform practice in India or globally it is?
so globally it is.
Okay. Anyway, and my last question: any demerit of yours, or I will say any area wherein you would like to have improvement in future, from your personal life point of view, if you can tell us that yes, this is the thing.
So one thing that I'd like to improve is adopt a good lifestyle, like sleeping. I'm usually sleeping a bit late, so I'd like to change that. And so other thing that I'd like to improve is that I'm a bit introvert. I'd like to communicate and open up more applications. These are the two things that I like.
So, but the introvert people in bureaucracy, you have to be very much open up. Administrator, how will you be improving upon?
So like I'm trying to do frequent communication with strangers. I'd like to talk and open up more and try to have a conversation that is I try to do what I have to do. So certainly I will be able to do that.
Thank you, sir. Hi, Madhav. How are you? Madhav, you belong to Bharatpur, right? Can you please take me to the streets of Bharatpur? Tell me everything about it. I've never been there. Just introduce me to your Bharatpur.
Then Bharatpur is a state, this is in the eastern part of Rajasthan. You can visit there through NH11 highway and Ganga, Jaipur highway. And mainly Kerala National Park, which is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, is present there, which is famous. And apart from that, if you look into the historical aspect, Wagar Fort is present there. And the palaces of Deep are there, which has a profound impact and merger of the Mughal and the Rajput style. These are a few places there.
Okay, what is the significance of this word Lohagarh Fort? Why do they call it Lohagarh? Is there any background story?
When Wagar mainly refers to this iron is used in the case of bravery, refers to the bravery. So it is a fort which showcase the bravery of the Jat rulers that were present there. And it has not been won, repeated by any intruder. Like Britishers also tried to won the fort, but 9 months they laid the siege, but not be able to win it.
Okay, very well. Now, in Rajasthan, can you tell me what are the various areas, social areas that require some improvement? And secondly, what are the various steps that you as an administrator will take to improve those areas?
When first issue is there regarding child marriage is a big problem. When second issue can be regarding the safety and the improvement in the education level of women, literacy, overall literacy, and then unemployment is a problem. Apart from that, water scarcity is also issue in the rising desertification of the environmental cause. As an administrator, first of all, to deal with the child marriage issue, there are certain occasions on which the child marriage is often practiced, like Haka Beach, so forces and more discrimination can be employed to check over those issues. Apart from that, awareness can be increased regarding the ill effects of child marriage on the body of the child. And to deal with the illiteracy level, with the help of NGOs, you can run various campaigns about the importance of education and to decrease the dropout ratio of children from the schools. Certainly, parental education needs to be employed. To deal with the unemployment case, like because we could harness the tourism sector that is the important part, and to remove the more population from the agriculture sector into the agriculture processing field. Can do that. These are the issues. These are the steps that I can do.
Okay, as you said that in terms of child marriage and improving the literacy among women, literacy rate of women, don't you think also things are already there, whatever you have, the measures that you have
mentioned here, talking about NGOs and having local response to on special occasions when this child marriage is more often done. Right? So
All these things are already there. What is that one thing that is lacking in the social setup that you can come and because of your actions or something that you can do can be beneficial for the society in this regards?
Two things can be done. First is the policies are there, but their implementation part is not. So proper implementation can be done. Apart from that, we have the policies, but we don't have the cultural connect. Like in the case of child marriage, the Godhara is celebrated in the case of if a boy is born, but in the case of girls, it is not there. And several campaigns like innovative ideas like self-built daughter in Haryana. This can be more shoot or referring to the religious texts, like in the Beti is referred to as part of Shakti in various religious texts. So people are encouraged to save the girl child and to educate her. So these steps we do.
Okay, very well. Now, since we're talking about women and agriculture, there is a phenomena of feminization of agriculture. Can you please explain what this feminization of agriculture is and what are the pros and cons associated with it?
Feminization of agriculture basically means that females are more into the agriculture sector. They are working more in the agriculture sector. When the pros are that if they are working in the agriculture sector, they are earning revenue and they are close to their family, so they can look after it. But major cons are there is a disguised employment, like they are not being counted as a form of GDP, supposing they are not being counted. And then major responsibilities laid upon them to, and the productivity is also less, so actually it is not making basic profits for the as
Its contribution all around the household and all around the world is never counted in GDP, right? So there is no such difference in coming to agriculture or staying at home. What is the one major difference that it makes? One you can pick just one pro and one con.
one pro is that in feminization of agriculture, many women related to similar what I said earlier. There is nothing more that I can look at.
See what you mentioned that their contribution is not counted in GDP. That is not in any case happening, right? So just one thing that you feel is okay. Anyhow, let's move on to the next question. What do you think is infrastructure? So, I am a layman. Can you explain infrastructure to me?
Infrastructure are basic things or which help in developing other things like railways are there, roads are there, telegram, post offices, electricity. So they help us to develop any other things. So this is the infrastructure.
and what is the role of infrastructure in terms of economic? What is its significance?
When to achieve any economic progress, we have to have a good infrastructure. Like if infrastructure is not there, then other things cannot be helped or they cannot contribute significantly to the economy. So that's the situation.
Can you give me one example wherein the
Physical infrastructure has been very beneficial for the overall economic development as well as growth of the country.
One significant example is the transport. We have good transport facilities, roads are there. So other sectors, if we compare any sector like agriculture, food processing, or any contract services like banking, insurance, they can be effectively reached to the masses. So it's the
Okay, Madhav, my last question to you, that becoming an IAS, was your dream in your graduation years or since beginning you had it?
So, not during since the beginning, but during second or third year, we thought that I could be social from the
Okay. So you could have taken electrical engineering as an optional, but you opted for geology.
Sir, during the first year, I was actually not aware about geology. I was having electrical engineering as a background, but I thought earlier I was actually not much aware about geology, and when I learned it, I found it interesting. So that's why I pursued it.
Good. So your formal interview is over. You may go. You can wait for 2 minutes. You call you.
Huh. First time you were without this paper and pen. Second time you were with paper and pen. Why?
Feedback. See,
Okay. So we have discussed about your performance last 30 minutes. I asked you, Madhav, you explained meaning of
Madhav, about Upadhyay, go through it. Eh? Name you should know. There shouldn't be any doubt.
that. You should be very specific about this. Number 2, about your BTech electrical engineering, nothing could be asked, but you have to be prepared.
Hope you have not forgotten about your BTech. Huh? After taking geology, hope you have not forgotten about your BTech, because it's mentioned here. So electrical engineering part also you have to be thorough. Any number of questions can be asked. The hobby side you have given bird watching and sketching, you stick to bird watching. So you should specify exactly my sketching related to bird watching only or related to birds only. Otherwise, a very vast subject, you can be grilled over sketching.
Or maybe you can be asked to bring a few of your sketches also, in case you have problem. You are keeping it empty room. Okay. Shirt should be
A little bit more presentable and pressed. So, if you are traveling, one extra should be there in the baggage. Always, always. You never know. Okay? And the rest, little.
So, Madhav, there were many questions, right? I think you had the idea about your hobbies and all, but you feel that little more work is required to be done. So there were variety of the questions out of the video. Also, you can again discover and do R&D about the answers of them. But yes, the connection between, like Sir was telling, electrical and geology. So many challenging areas are there, like Earth's magnet, right? The source of it is still it is a challenge. That what is the real source of Earth gravity and magnetism? And then electricity can be produced out of Earth magnets or not, and what efforts are being done. Okay. Then what are the problems in India's electricity?
currently we have found things in current affairs like the electricity. So who is responsible for it? Private distribution and public distribution. What is the difference?
Where all we have experimented that private players are providing the electricity. So means the core things and the general things that a normal person should know out of the current affairs related to the electricity and other science and tech developments that you can. Apart from this, I will say that the current affairs, last minute information is also very, very important. On 17th, so why this day is so special? What happened on that day? Especially morning time newspaper, if you are able to read, or last night news of All India Radio, which is reported in next day newspaper sometimes, you can hear that. Okay, and it is in forenoon and afternoon. So then again you have to manage your appetite. If you are waiting, your name is M, so alphabetically if there is arrangement, so it will be 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock, your number will be there. By the time you may feel hungry, so just carry some liquid and all with you. Energy level is to be high, so it shows little assertion inside you. Sometimes the special words uh, like the forward and backward linkage, right? And also when the Hippocrates and Charak's Samhita and all. So when it is in current affairs, you are expected to give more out of it. Okay, so this is something which is good, but overall your coolness, your calmness, your frame as a would-be bureaucrat is really very good. You are giving receptive energy vibration.
But the outfit, if it is more befitting to your personality, right? Try it out. You will be wearing the same or it's different.
Sir, shredded metal, I'll change the tag.
You are using blazer.
Sir, I try not to use but because it is.
Carry it inside with you, because you are little uh, lean and thin. Not lean and thin, I will say, but yes, if blazer is there, so it will be covering this body, because your face is fine, what I feel, but this part will be okay then after putting on blazer, what I feel. So, right? Tie knot also, it can be little better. Okay, and if any other thing you would just want to ask from any of the panelists and chair here, you can ask. No? Okay, this time I think you will make it.
International relations, we have not been able to ask anything. As I said about your BTech and international relations, international Ukraine, you have to be ready. Any number of questions can be asked. About Europe, you have to be ready. Ukraine is a breadbasket of Europe, used to be breadbasket of Europe. Whether Indian wheat can find place in Europe. So questions related to Ukraine, questions related to Sri Lanka, you have to be prepared. You have 10 days time, utilize it. Not much can be done about the communication skill, but factual part, as much as possible. And you have to be calm and cool. Your performance is okay, but whatever, you are left with 10 days, you can brush up.
This is a time, like in evening time, you need to have jogging or sports activity, so that your total body outfit is good. Your hormonal cycle is that way, that you are having good confidence in you, right? Not academic, but into the channel, you are seeing the video, the news channels, or you are listening to the news. That is better. Auditory memory is better to be retrieved. It's a human tendency, right? Anything? Yeah.
See, overall, we could understand that you have a lot of knowledge. You need to structure it properly. You can take 1 or 2 seconds before answering.
Structure your answers and then you can say, right, as sirs have already said that you have a very positive personality that is going to work for you, believe me, in the interview. All you need to do is to structure your answers properly. That is a must, right? Take 1 or 2 seconds before answering and then answer. And as sir said, the keywords, very essential. Right? These 2 things, I think they will be more than enough for you to have good answers in the interview board.